CData Arc is an MFT and EDI automation platform, and one of its exciting new features is the ability to customize user roles and access policies within the application. In this video, we'll see how to configure these granular user access controls and discuss why this feature may be valuable for your organization. So let's get into it. Arc's workflow canvas is where different connectors are configured and automated to create an EDI or MFT automation workflow. If your organization has multiple different Arc users that need to access the platform in different ways, then your Arc admin will want to assign user roles to these different users. This ensures that they only have permission to perform the actions within Arc that they need. Arc has three predefined user roles, called Admin, Standard, and Support. The Admin role has full control and permissions, and you always need at least one admin. The Standard role has the ability to create, delete, and modify workflows, but isn't allowed to change application-wide settings, like local profiles. And finally, the Support role can view and invoke workflows, but cannot modify them. Arc's free update in January 2024 added two major improvements to Arc's user management. First, customized roles and policies, and second, workspace-specific access controls. Let's explore both of these by creating our own new custom user role. I'll give the role a quick name, and then I'm prompted on the next screen to begin configuring a new access policy for this role. Policies are the defining features of user roles. Each role has one or more policies, and the details of these policies are what determines the actual permissions granted to a user. When you create or edit a policy, you define what specific types of actions are allowed under this policy. For example, you might want a policy that permits users to update connector settings, like replacing an old encryption certificate from a partner, but doesn't permit that same user to delete connectors from the canvas. Or perhaps you want to grant permission to requeue failed transactions, but not to upload and process entirely new files. The value here is that Arc admins can more effectively and specifically prevent different users of Arc from interfering or disrupting aspects of the platform that isn't relevant to them. This may help your organization comply with internal security practices, or simply cut down on the risk of human error breaking your Arc configuration somehow. Okay, if I try to save my policy right now, I'll get warned that I haven't associated this policy with any workspaces within Arc. This brings us to the second key aspect of our updates to user roles. If you don't know, workspaces allow you to logically separate your flows for better organization and visual clarity within Arc. Now, however, they also allow you to segregate user permissions, so you can restrict users to only have permission to work within one or more workspace. The value here is that you might have separate teams working on separate flows, and these teams need the ability to modify and delete connectors, but you don't want one team to accidentally delete a connector that another team is using. With the Associated Workspaces feature, you can make a policy only apply to certain workspaces, so that users with this policy don't have access to flows that they aren't supposed to. Here in the policy configuration screen, I can select the workspaces to which this policy should apply. If I don't want to segregate the permissions by workspace in this case, then I can simply click this Associate All Workspaces checkbox, and the policy will apply across the whole platform. So now I can save my custom policy, and if necessary, I can continue to add more policies with other granular permissions or associated workspaces according to my team's needs. But for right now, I'll return to the roles table so that I can confirm that my new custom role has been defined. Now, if I hop back to the users table, when I go to create a new user, this custom user role is now available as an option. If I choose this role, then the user profile I'm creating right now will have exactly the permissions I just configured in the appropriate workspaces. Naturally, the Arc admin should handle this process of defining each relevant user role, the permission policies associated with that role, and then create the user profiles for each user with the appropriate role selected. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And as always, you can find more resources at arc.cdata.com.